Hey, thanks again for being part of this, our Fueling the Fire series. I appreciate you taking the time to be a part, and I'm excited about some of the ideas that folks are sharing and the input that we're getting. I want to spend a little time following up with our last conversation and elaborate some on something that somebody else was suggesting that I've also kind of had on my mind to get your input, to get your response. We've said, or I've said, there are two things we're hoping to accomplish. One is, can we find something, some way that will effectively attract people to Jesus? A successful evangelistic outreach strategy, if you want to get elaborate about it. Will it work? And number two, will we do it? Is it something that we and all of us in the church can get behind and participate in? Well, probably not all. That's probably not ever going to happen. But at least most of us. And so those are two challenges: to find something that's effective and something that we're comfortable with and will do, or at least can learn to be comfortable with. And so we talked about using social media, multimedia. I think that's the direction our culture's not going, but has gone. Man, everybody you know just about's on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and the younger ones on TikTok, Snapchat, those kinds of things. And so I think it would be wise for us to speak to people in the venues and the ways that they are accustomed to. I think that's what the early church did. Paul would go to the synagogue to talk to Jewish people because that's where you talk to Jewish people, that's where you find them. He would go to the marketplace, to the public square, to talk to the folks who were the Gentiles because that's where you would find them. Philip got in a chariot and rode with somebody to talk to him because that's where he found him. These days, people are kind of closed up in their houses, but they're connecting to the world through all these various social medias, text messaging. And so can we find ways maybe to speak to people through those avenues? And so here's a couple of things I wanted to kind of share with you to give you some idea of what I'm thinking. And so these are just sort of samples, and they're very simple, just things I put together very quickly. And these are all just graphic images. Could be short videos, especially if you're going to reach the younger folks on TikTok. Somebody needs to learn how to use it and to do those videos to post there. I'm sure some of you already know how, and you could help us do that. I'm a little better with still images. Here's one. Obviously, this is a scripture text. Lots of these are already done, but it's also fairly easy to do those. We have a subscription to an image service, so we can get images that copyright free and put the scripture on there. I was glad when they said to me, "Let us go to the house of the Lord," from Psalm 122. What if, and if I've got the timing right, this will be showing, at least it'll be posting on Sunday mornings. What if on Sunday morning, or maybe better on Saturday or Friday, we posted this on the church Facebook page or group and encouraged our members to share it with a personal message? And so not just sharing the image, but share the image with somebody's version, your personal version of a completion of this sentence. I like going to church because. I enjoy going to church because. And everybody could fill in the rest of that with whatever is true for them. I think that would be effective. Some of you have talked about inviting folks to church. That's what that would be. We say to people, I like going to church, I enjoy going to church because, and then just simply close it with, would you come join us? I think that what I would like to do, and I'll talk a minute about marking these images or videos to identify them, but also having a landing page, a place where somebody can click to go for more information. And there's where we could provide the same video maybe we used for the car wash that we talked about, but some sort of a presentation, simple, brief, but accurate. Here's how you follow Jesus Christ, and this is what it'll do for you. But the graphic that everybody shares would be a way to introduce that. Here's another one. This is John 10:10. I have come that they might have life and have it more abundantly. And we could encourage our folks, share this and simply say, this is how my life is fuller or better because of what Jesus has done for me. That's a little harder, a little more thought required, but I think it's fairly easy. And if somebody doesn't put much personal note with it, the scripture itself kind of speaks for itself. The next one is one, this is just the cover image that I've used for the current message series. Why not just take that and encourage folks as we're beginning a new series? Take the image, share it, and say, you might find this useful in your life. Come be a part of this with us. Whatever it is, can we find some ways to get people's attention and to give them some reason to tune in to Jesus? A lot of other great ideas that people have been sharing. The thing I like most about this one, when you ask those two questions, will it be effective and will our members do it? I think the answer to the second question is probably yes. Some of our folks have already stepped it up, sharing things that we post. It's a fairly easy thing to do, and I don't think it's obnoxious or offensive to people. Now we'll have to wrestle with the question, should we do this daily? Should we do this weekly? More often, less often? We don't want to annoy people. But wouldn't it be an interesting thing to see what happened if 60, 80, 100 of our folks were sharing the same image or the same video clip and something of the same kind of personal message, and just really pushing that out there all at the same time on a regular basis, and inviting people to this landing page that can be a part of our website, or it can be something separate where they can find out more about who Jesus is and what he can do for them. Tell me what you think. Are these things that you would do? Are they things that you think that most of our members would do? Are these things that you think would be effective? Do you think people would pay attention? I don't know that any one of them is going to dramatically change somebody's life. But I think over time, if my friend were continually saying things about, look what this has done for me, I might start paying attention. I'll probably need to stop now. It's long enough. I'll talk some more later about some of the details of how to do that. But I really want to know what you think. Do you think this would work? Would it be effective? And would we do it? And how often? And if you have other ideas about how to go about it, put them in the comments. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Thanks.